Butch Austin is credited with building the baseball program at Pike Liberal Arts School in Troy, Alabama. He's such a beloved figure, the baseball field bears his name. And now, his grandson steps onto that field as the man in charge of keeping the program thriving. Today, grandfather and grandson shared their favorite memories, their best advice, and some of the not-so-pretty moments that taught him some important lessons, like how to never give up. I'm Bethany Davis, and this is Being Real.
Sponsored by Bryan Jewelry.
Ever since she was a little girl, I've always tried to show I cared by giving her the very best.
I know. That's why I went to Bryan Jewelry.
Smart man.
When it's time to ask the most important question of your life, make sure you have what you need to show her you're serious. At Bryan Jewelry, we'll help you through every step of the way to find the right ring for her. We can create beautiful custom designs and also engrave your personalized engagement message. Give her the best. Bryan Jewelry, Prattville.
Obviously, we're sitting here on a baseball field with your name on it. Mm-hmm. Apparently, baseball is a pretty big part of your family. What would you say baseball has meant to your family?
Well, it meant to me to be around kids, be around my players, you know, for 21 years here, and 10 or 12 over at Charles Henderson. Being around kids made me younger, you know.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the work, enjoyed the schools, I enjoyed the principal, the athletic director. I enjoyed all of it. But I'd get here early in the morning, leave late at night, and that began to wear on me, you know.
Right.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, just a lot of fun. Do you ever remember a time, Will, when baseball wasn't a part of your life?
I've always grew up around it from the time I was little, and coming to games here, I was a bat boy, and I don't remember a time there wasn't baseball, so it's very enjoyable, and like Granddad Butch said, it's always about the kids. That's what you enjoy the most.
Do you feel like it was your choice to play baseball, or do you feel like it was baseball's choice for you to play?
Well, I mean, growing up, you know, Coach Butch and my parents always gave me the option to do different things, but when you're around it every day and you just see it, I just fell right into it. So.
What is it about baseball that kept you coming back?
Just the relationships and the kids, and when I was playing, the relationships with the different players, that was the fun thing. The bus rides and just, like tonight when the sun's setting and you're out there playing. I mean, there's just something special about baseball, and now as a coach, I get to share my passion to those that are still playing, which I really enjoy doing.
Coach Butch, do you remember him as a Little League T-ball player?
I do. Tell you a story about that. They were living in Prattville at the time, and they were playing ball in Jameson, Alabama. And me and my wife went up to watch him play, and as we drove around the fence, somebody hit a ball over the fence that went through her window, out my window, but never touched either one of us.
Oh, wow.
But we enjoyed watching him. He was a good young ball player, good old ball player, a heck of a running back in football too. And we tried to make all those we could. We just enjoyed it.
How early did you see potential in him?
The league that we went to watch him play, he was a first baseman, and in the real little league, you put the best ball player on first so they can catch it. But he had a lot of abilities, fast, and he could catch the ball, and he done things right when he was little. You knew he was going to be special, special to us anyway.
Well, of course it is special, but did it create some sort of a bond between the two of you to know that he was playing the sport that you already were in love with?
Yeah, it does. We've always been close. Will and myself have always been close. in anything we do, baseball, hunting, fishing, every what we do, we're close, and he's just a good young man, you know. And I'm proud of him for being the kind of person he is, too.
Yeah. I know you didn't go to school here, but did you kind of walk around a little bit with like, hey, you know who my granddad is? On the ball field? Did anybody know the connections?
A lot of people, you know, think, you know, Granddaddy Butch is my dad, but I have to tell them, no, that's my granddad, my dad's buddy Austin. But I get that a lot. A lot of people think I went to school at Pike Lib, which I didn't. But it's always, I mean, it's flattering, you know, anytime, you know, you can be the grandson of Coach Butch Austin, that's always flattering. And just what a better mentor to look up to and to have that relationship with. I mean, I, you know, consider myself probably one of the luckiest, you know, men alive to have that relationship. So
I think you kind of hit that on the head, that to have somebody that can not only be your coach, but can be a mentor. I can't imagine. Well, let's talk strict baseball. What did he teach you the most about baseball, the actual game?
I think the longer I've coached it, this will be my 7th year coaching, and I'm still young in my career, but one thing he's taught me a lot, and I've realized that the more I can step back, teach, and then when we play a game, let the kids play and not get too involved with it, the better the kids play. Because, you know, as a coach, it's not about you, it's about the kids. And I think that's one of the main things that he's taught me along the way. And some of those I've had to realize on my own, you know, as a young coach. But it's all about the kids, and I think he really taught me that as a young coach. And I saw it when I was playing as well, growing up.
Coach Butch, let's talk just a little bit about your time here at Pike Lib. They don't put just anybody's name on the field, so obviously you did a pretty good job, but you stepped in and you really did turn this program into a powerhouse baseball program.
Thank you, ma'am.
For this part of the state. What was it? What was the turning point for you? Did you step in and know that you were going to turn this program into this big powerhouse?
No, I didn't, but my players. You know, no coach is no better than his player. You can have the best coach in the world, but if you don't have the players, you're not going to be anything. But we've always had good players here. We've always had good pitching, good hitting, good fielding. And what this place made it special is the athletes we had, the administration, the teachers, they all supported us. And you know, if you don't have support from your school, you're not going to have support. But they all supported me and my players, and we just enjoyed being at this school, and a special place.
Well, success does start from the top, and it trickles down. So there must have been some good leadership involved from you, but also from the people you surrounded yourself with to raise up such good players.
We did.
You don't just pull all those good players, just pull them off the street.
No, no. You have to, some of them you have to teach more than others, you know. But just give you an example, we had players that, we practiced 3 hours every day, from 3 to 6. And we'd have, I'd say if we had 15, 20 players, 10 of them would want to get ground balls, want to hit extra. After the practice was over, Coach, can we have ground balls? Can we go hit in the cage? Or can we learn how to run the bases better? Catchers want bad balls, you know. We'd get out in the outfield and give the catchers bad balls. And we'd do anything they wanted to do, which, like I told you a while ago, we got here early and left here late. That's because we was helping the players, you know, because they were wanting to do something extra to make us better. And it's always about the players, always about the players, never about the coaches.
When you put in that much time with the players, that takes away a lot of time from your family.
It does.
It takes a pretty big sacrifice, and you made that sacrifice for a good number of years, not just here, but even before you were here at Charles Henderson High School. Will you talk just a little bit about those sacrifices and the payoff?
My wife worked just like I had a job. She worked and she supported me from the word go. We had 2 kids and they supported me, they followed us, Buddy, the son, played baseball over at Troy University with Coach Riddle. And they all supported me, and if they hadn't have supported me, I couldn't stay out here. You got to take care of your family, And I just enjoyed my years as coaching, and I learned every day new things about the kids, about life. Baseball and life's the same thing, just about the same. It's all common sense. If you could play baseball the rest of your life, who wouldn't want to play baseball? But you can't do it. You got to have life, And that's what we taught my players is everywhere. All my players, I said, you're not going to play baseball all your life. You got to have a life outside of baseball, so you might as well remember that and not think baseball your whole life,
Right. How many of your players became more like family than students and players?
A lot of them. Over here and over there too is just, you get close to them. We went to, once a month, we all, as players, we all went to church together, once a month. I told them, I said, that's just like practice. Now, you don't miss church, you don't miss practice. So we all, once a month, went to church as a team, and that was probably the greatest thing to me, is have all of them in church together,
Yeah, that's a pretty powerful sight, I can imagine, to have your entire team sitting and worshiping together.
It is, and I never will forget, we went to my church, where we go to church, and one of my players, one of my starters, if we had a good day at church, we probably had 15 there, and he wanted to get up in the choir. We had a little choir, and he got up in the choir and sang with the choir. So
wow.
He was a good player, and he sang pretty good too.
You ever sing in the dugout?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He loved life.
Oh man, you've seen a lot of baseball, but you've seen a lot of changes in the game. I want to ask you what changes kind of led to your retirement or your getting out, but what changes do you feel like have been the most significant in the game?
A lot of changes. Rules.
Yeah.
Kids. The parents. Just a lot of changes that, not to make me get out of coaching, but a lot of changes went into making you think about it anyhow.
Right.
And you had dedication with the kids, dedication with the school administration over at Charles Henderson and here. And we dedicated ourselves first of every year to make the playoffs, win the next game, and we went to the playoffs here 6 or 7 years in a row.
Wow.
Finished to the final game, I think 5 of those 6 or 7 years, the finals, and I won 1 state championship out of probably 10 playoffs.
Wow.
But never will forget, I'll tell you this story. Coach Mike Hogan over at Charles Henderson and myself never won a state championship. Went to the finals 6 or 7 times, but never won one. And when I won one at Patterson Field in Montgomery, Coach Hogan come down on the field and hugged my neck. And he had tears in his eyes, and never will forget him. He's a dear friend of mine, and I never will forget him. He said, "Coach, we finally won one." And never will forget that.
Oh, what a moment. What a moment.
It was.
Ever since she was a little girl, I've always tried to show I cared by giving her the very best.
I know. That's why I went to Brian Jewelry.
Smart man.
When it's time to ask the most important question of your life, make sure you have what you need to show her you're serious. At Bryan Jewelry, we'll help you through every step of the way to find the right ring for her. We can create beautiful custom designs and also engrave your personalized engagement message. Give her the best. Bryan Jewelry, Prattville.
Obviously, a lot of good moments, a lot of victories here, but like you said, baseball is a lot like life.
It is.
There are a lot of hard moments in baseball. What were some of your hardest?
The toughest, just say the toughest loss. We won 99 straight games, home games, over the years now. 99 straight games.
Wow.
And we were playing, I don't remember who we were playing, a left fielder down the fence. There was some tall grass, and the boy hit a ball down the fence, and the left fielder lost the ball in the grass. And he went all the way around to score the winning run, and that we was trying to get the 100 home wins. And that was a tough loss, you know.
Yeah.
To get defeated first of all, and then lose the 100th win at home. That way, it was tough. Tough on them and me.
Yeah. What do you say to your team after something like that?
I always told them after the game, this game's over. Don't worry about this game. It's gone. So let's worry about the next game. But after that game, I told them, I said, that's my fault. I didn't weed eat down the left field line like I should have. I said, that's my fault, that's my loss. That's exactly what I told them.
I'm a baseball mom. I'll be proud to say that. I'm a proud baseball mom. What differences have you seen? How have you seen parents change in the game over the years?
I think they're closer to the kids now than it used to be. Which is what it should be, you know. And back then, the kids, I think, now I'm just telling you what I think. I don't know the kids now. I watch it from the sideline, you know. But back then, the kids was tougher. And your good players and your bad players, you always treated them the same, you know. And the parents was always, to me, supportive of me, the kids, the team, my program. They always supported it 100%. Yeah. And you know, if you don't have parent support, you don't have anything. You got to support.
Yeah.
And we had the good support, and the parents, the coaches, and the players all need to be working together, and if they don't work together, you don't have nothing.
Okay, so I love your take on, to paraphrase what you said, basically, you win as a team, you lose as a team.
That's right.
I think that translates into so many other aspects of life, just like a lot of baseball does. But Will, I wonder how that translates into how you have not just been a member of a team, but been a member of a family, and now the leader of your own family. How have you taken that lesson?
You know, as a leader of the team, you know, a lot of it, like Coach Grenade Butch said, it goes back to life. I mean, it goes back to family. I mean, you have to lead in a way that uplifts the people around you, the players, the coaches, and when you do that, that's when you get the buy-in effect and get everybody pulling in that same direction.
So I read when you first took the job here, that one of the things you were determined, or one of your goals, I guess is a better way to say it, as you took over this team, you said you want to do this the right way. What is the right way to you?
I think the right way is, from a baseball standpoint, is hustling on and off the field. You know, if you look at today's baseball culture, a lot of times there's a lot of talk. You see a lot of people running their mouth. I'm more of a guy, I like to see keep your mouth shut, do what you're supposed to do the right way, and good things will happen. Because like we talked about earlier, at some point baseball ends and then life begins, and who are you going to be when this game's over? And you can take a lot of teaching aspects from baseball and apply it to life, or vice versa.
So what are some of the things we can do the right way, or you expect from your players to do the right way that are not necessarily on the field?
I think the right way, it starts in those hallways. It starts in the classroom. You know, if you're a guy who shows up and you listen to your teachers and you do your work, that directly translates over to the baseball field. You know, if you take a shortcut there, you may take a shortcut out here on the field and hurt the team as well. So we tell our guys all the time, it's just as important what you do outside of here as what you do on the field.
Yeah, it's almost like you become a better person and then in turn become a better player. The two really go.
And you really get something special when the players hold each other accountable outside of here as well.
Yeah. Baseball's a special sport. There's a different type of bond that forms, I think, among a baseball team than it forms on other teams. What are some of your favorite moments?
Playing wise, or just growing
Either
up around
one,
the game?
yeah.
Some of my favorite memories at Pike. I was actually playing junior college ball at Southern Union Community College up in Wadley, Alabama. This was, I think it was 2013. It was 2013 or 2014. And Pike Lib was playing Tuscaloosa Academy in I think it was the semifinals. And me and Coach Jordan and Joey Dennison, who was a baseball standout at Charles Henderson, played with me at Southern Union, and he ended up being a very good player at Troy University. We were sitting back there behind home plate, and I'll never forget it. The kid threw Chandler Avant a fastball, probably chest high. I think he hit it on the 50-yard line over here. And, you know, when I think back to, you know, Pike baseball and what it means, I remember that moment specifically. As I was older, when I was younger, I was always the bat boy in the dugout. I dressed up in my gear and I would run and hang out with the guys, and I think that really helped me fall in love with the game as well.
Yeah. I think we talked a lot about just the correlation between baseball and on the field, and you know how it correlates to life off the field. And I love what you said, that baseball is not forever, but in your case and in yours, baseball pretty much has been always and forever for you. Did you know, Will, that this was going to be your career path, that you were always going to be in baseball?
You know, I love playing. I knew that originally I struggled with what was I going to do when I finished playing, but I quickly realized it was coaching. I've done football, I've done baseball. I've really fallen in love with baseball. Just something about it. I played it, I grew up around it, and it's just special. Especially here in this area, baseball is really big, and people take it seriously, and I love that, and the kids love it. I mean, if you look around the local community, you have local all-star teams going on right now, travel ball. I mean, it's very popular, and as a leader and as a person, what a better privilege to be able to take a game and teach life lessons with it.
How do you prepare yourself? How do you prepare your family for a future in baseball?
You have to always remember to keep them first, and that can be difficult. You're here early in the morning, you get back on a bus ride at 11, 12 o'clock at night from an away game. It can be difficult. I think this time of year, making time to have family vacations and spend time with the family is very important. And me and my wife, we got married. Our anniversary will be 2 days from now. We'll be 5 years. You know, my wife played college softball. I played college baseball, and I'm in the coaching world. And we both knew that baseball is a big time. It's a big sacrifice. But I think at the end of the day, you have to keep it in perspective. It's a game, but it's such a great teaching tool, not only for the kids, but the kids teach us as coaches. And, you know, I learn new things every day from my family, from the kids, from other coaches. And I think that's the beautiful thing about baseball. If you show up to the ballpark and you didn't learn something new that day, something's wrong.
You probably didn't do something right.
That's it.
How often does your wife come to watch your games?
She's at about every game.
Yeah?
She teaches at Troy University in Montgomery. Some Tuesday nights she can't make it. She teaches night classes. But I will say the best feeling in the world coaching is when I walk out of the dugout and I see my granddad sitting there, and my little girl, she gives me a fist bump. So that you can't beat that. We might win by 10 runs or lose by 10 runs, but if I get that fist bump, that means a lot. So.
That is pretty special.
It is.
That's pretty special to have your little girl here to watch the games and to interact with you and with the players. What do you feel like, obviously, you have a little bit of an insight what she's getting out of it because you were kind of in a similar boat, but especially raising a girl in this atmosphere, what do you feel like she's getting out of it that's even different from your experience?
I think she sees the team chemistry and the team camaraderie. She knows pretty much all our kids' names. She maybe doesn't pronounce them the right way, but she knows them, and that's special.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I haven't been a dad for long, our little girl's a little over 2 years old. We're expecting another kid late December. We don't know if it's a boy or girl. So we'll have 2 here, but you know, I think just having them be a part of this is special.
Yeah, it is. It's a talk about a family atmosphere. Talk about a family affair when you have your granddad and your little girl. That is pretty special. How often do you get back here to watch the games?
This year I didn't get to watch many games because of my sickness, but I try to come, and if it's a doubleheader, I try to come to one game and go back home. But if I weren't sick, I'd be there every game because I want to support the team. I want to support Will and support his daughter and Sarah, his wife, and support everything about this baseball program because it's a good program. This is as good a baseball high school program as you'll find anywhere. There's a lot of individual battles that go on in life as well, and it's just like baseball. It's an individual game, but more importantly, it's a bunch of individual battles in a team game. I think that's what makes baseball so special. Yeah.
Well, I think you guys are pretty special. I really appreciate you spending some time with us, and thank you for allowing us to be on your field and walk down memory lane with you. Yeah, this has been just really special for me, so thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate you coming.
Wow.
Talk about a Grand Slam family legacy. Butch and Will have so many memories to share. They're navigating a new path, of Will taking over the team and Butch sitting in the stands. While learning their new roles, they're ready to see where this road leads. And that's what makes them real.